Hello traders, here Chris Caprice, Second Skies Forex.com, where we change the way you think, trade, and perform. Today's video, 5 trading mistakes to avoid from day one. Yes, it's true. When I first started trading back in 2001, I started with a $3,000 account. In about 6 months, that account was $83,000. But I made a ton of mistakes along the way. And part of it was because I just didn't know. I wasn't trained. I didn't have the skills or experience at that point. And there were a lot of mistakes and headaches that I made that cost me a lot of money. And so if you want to save money, if you want to avoid making these same mistakes, if you want to accelerate your learning curve and get to profitability faster, then make sure you watch this video and pay attention to all of these trading mistakes you want to avoid so that you can save yourself the time, the money, the headache, and you can actually put that money in your account. Let's get started. Number 1. Wanting to get rich fast. So there are a lot of people who come to me and say, hey, can I turn $10 into 1,000 in 20 days? Or can I turn 1,000 into 1,000,000? And while there are some great stories about that, those are, 1 in a million. You should bet that you are not that person. A lot of people come to trading wanting to get rich fast, wanting to kind of solve their financial anxieties, and they want the market to do it for them. They want it to be easy, but trading is not something that's meant to be easy. It's a skill-based endeavor. You're going to have to learn to do it. Expect 6 months of the first year just kind of really getting to know the market and really building your skills, which at that point you should probably have some solid skills in place if you're trading right and have the right mindset. And then anticipate about a full 2-3 years before you really understand it fully inside and out and can make money on a consistent basis. If you do that right, then when you get to that point, you won't think about or even care about how long it took or how much you spent, because at that point the money will be worth it. But don't try and shoot for getting rich fast. Watch out for the commercials and all the fancy cars and stuff like that. You should bet that you are not going to be that person. And it's much better to focus on building the right skills from day one. Number 2, don't pay attention to the media. So when I first started trading back in 2000, 2001, in FX specifically, there were, I repeat, six websites on trading Forex. There wasn't the information that is available to you today. Totally different landscape, because trading Forex back then was something new. It was completely new to the retail market, very young, and the internet and the information knowledge base hadn't built up. And so it is important not to listen to what the hedge funds say, or these hedge fund traders, or these managers, or whatever it is. Don't bother listening to the media. You're not going to understand what they do and why they do that. And a lot of these guys are just paid to make things kind of sensational, create ratings, create interest. There are some good traders in the media, but those are few and far between, and you don't want to be paying attention to them. What you want to do is learn the skills yourself from someone who makes sense. Learn and understand why they do what they do, and see the strengths and weaknesses of that system, and then use it to your advantage. But if you pay attention to the media, you pay attention to what a hedge fund trader is doing or anything like that, more than likely they're already well into the position by the time they're announcing it. And by the time you get into it, you're probably going to get a worse entry. You don't know their time frame, you don't know their strategy, you don't know the risk parameters. This is not a way to trade, so make sure you do not pay attention to the media. Number 3, thinking that a strategy is all you need in trading. A lot of people I hear all the time will say, hey, all I need to know is when to buy, when to sell, and when do I hold, or when do I not trade. And trading is more complex than that. If it was that easy, more people would be making money. Trading is a lot more complex than just the strategy. There's mindset, there's risk management. There's a lot of people that actually have good strategies, but their mindset's really bad, or not disciplined enough, or they revenge trade, or they don't stick to their trading plan, or they see their setups and they can't pull the trigger, or they have fear of missing out. I'm sure you've had these experiences. And when you have these experiences and you see how this causes you losses or causes you to make mistakes, that should be very clear, direct experience saying, hey, trading is way more than just a strategy. There's a lot more going on to it. Again, if trading was all about a strategy, then the people that have pirated thousands of videos and gotten all the strategies in the world, they should be billionaires by now. And they're not. And there's a reason for that. Trading is much more than just strategy. There's a lot more going on to this game. Number 4, being more patient with your winning trades. This is something that I realize a lot of new traders tend to really get stuck with. And it could be for a lot of reasons. Maybe you don't have confidence in your skills. Maybe you haven't had enough winners to really understand, like, hey, I've seen this before. I need to let this trade run. oh, this is just a minor pullback. It's not going to kick me out. There's nothing structurally changing. Everything's still supportive of the trend. I'm in the right direction. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people, when they are in a profitable trade and the market starts moving against them, their negativity bias kicks in. And what that is your brains are wired to respond to threats more reactively than to things that are moving in your favor. So if you're in a trade and you're up 100 points and it starts moving back a few points, you're going to react more negatively to that 10 points going against you than the 100 points that you've gained. And even if it were to gain those 10 points back, if it were to move another 10 points back, that's going to be a stronger reaction than it moving 10 points back in your favor. That's how our brains work. That's how our nervous systems work. And that's how untrained traders work. And so it's important to understand, if you still got the conditions that are favorable for you, nothing's changed, you want to be more patient with your winning trades. I had many trades that, had I been patient enough with them and just let them run their course, they would have hit their profit target time and time again. And I'm willing to bet, if you go through your trades, your winners, that you'll find that a lot of them would have done the same. And so it's important to be patient with your winning trades. Everybody wants the winning trade to just open and go straight to the target, and that's not how the majority of them work. Be patient with them. Super important lesson. Another important lesson: trade to make money, not to be right. There were several trades I remember very clearly that I was more focused on being right than I was making money, and when they started to go against me, I was kind of shocked, and I didn't really know how to handle it back then. And I just didn't have the experience back then to understand what was going on. And so I was more focused about not taking the loss and being wrong than I was realizing, hey, this trade has totally changed. The context changed, the structures changed, the material and conditions for this trade to be the way I set it up, it's no longer the same. It's completely different now. But because I wasn't paying attention to that, because I wasn't watching kind of the charts and really just looking at it from an analytical, calm, non-emotional perspective, and more focused on me being right instead of, oh my God, maybe I'm wrong, I held on to the trade too long and I lost a lot of money doing that many times. And so it's super important to understand, you are not here to be right. You are here to make money when you're trading. And if your trades are showing right off the bat that they are not working out the way you thought they would, they're just look completely off, they are not performing in any way whatsoever that you had planned out or thought or anticipated, you need to learn how to get out of those trades and not stay in losing trades. I'm willing to bet there's a lot of traders in here that have stayed in trades too long because they didn't want to take the loss, or they were more focused on being right and not realizing, hey, I'm wrong, and I'm not here to be right or wrong. I'm here to make money. And when you're wrong, you just want to get out as fast as possible, move on to the next one. There's going to be another trade. So super important lesson. You are here to trade to make money, not to be right. With that being said, I could have made this video 20 trading mistakes, 100 mistakes to avoid from day one. It could have been an hour-long video, but these are 5 that I remember very clearly when I started out. I wish I had known these because they would have saved me a lot of money and a lot of headaches and a lot of time. And so I'm hoping that this does this for you, whether you're starting out or even you've had some experience in this. I see a lot of traders who've been involved in the markets for a long period of time, and they still make these mistakes. These are mistakes that a lot of people will make until they really get their skills down, their discipline down, their mindset down, so that they know how to trade, they know how to execute, they know what they need to do and what not to do. And until you get to that point, these are super important things and lessons you need to learn. 5 trading mistakes to avoid from day one. So with that being said, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something from it. What are some of the trading mistakes you had wished you learned or knew from day one that you now know, oh, this is something I really wish I could have done differently back in the day? What are some of those? I want to hear about it in your comments and feedback. Definitely subscribe to the channel so you can get the next video when it comes out. With that being said, good luck in your trading. I look forward to hearing from you, your comments and questions and suggestions, and I'll see you in the next video.